What would be your earliest memory of Portlaoise AFC?
Probably coming down when I was younger, maybe 7 or 8, to watch the seven-a-sides.
Yeah.
My father was probably still playing them, so I remember being down here one year and they would have got to the final and been standing up on the bank here watching the final, and there was kids games going on and we were in the C pitch as well, or on the back pitches. So so that's probably the earliest memory I have. Not playing, I wasn't playing at that age, so it's just coming down to watch.
When did you first become involved with Portlaoise AFC, whether playing or?
Playing, I started late. I was late enough starting because I was more into GAA starting off, and I was say about 13 maybe.
Yeah.
So I was under 14 season. I came down just playing the Rack O'Brien tournament in the summer, and I just got involved there. Went to the trials and then played on from there.
Right. Can you remember, or could you tell me just about the day you joined Portlaoise AFC?
It was the first day I came down. I remember rightly, it was the day of 9/11, because it was my first game. Yeah, I remember playing my first game. I can't remember who we played, to be honest. I don't know, but we played over here in the C pitch, and good experience. Obviously, it was my first time. I didn't know any of the players at all. I was only after starting maybe in the CBS, and but probably from that day, I met lads that are probably still friends now. Best friends for life since that day. So it's a good experience.
Can you recall your first game with the club?
That was probably a friendly, but then maybe the first game. Yeah, we played out here on the B pitch. We played against, I think it was Burr or someone from over near that direction. We won easy. We had a really good team. I didn't get a kick for maybe a year. I was a sub every week, but I came on and scored that day. I think came on left midfield. Wasn't too happy about coming on in midfield, but I came on. I think I scored with a little tap in at the back post or something. But
that's very good. You were under 14 when you first played?
Yeah, under 14.
Yeah, and what was Portlaoise AFC like when you first joined?
It was pretty much the same. Pitches wise, they've developed a lot over the years, and the lights weren't there. The Astro, I think, could have been gravel. There was only one pitch up this end, and it was like that gravelly surface. There was no AstroTurf on it, but there wasn't too much changes other than that. The ditches have been cut down. The clubhouse is kind of the same. Don't really remember too much difference. We used to go out the back door, the clubhouse, and out along the ditch to go to train. When we were going out to train on the back pitches, and we never really used that front door at all. The door that's used now, that's the only kind of main difference I remember towards the clubhouse.
Who was the manager of the first game you ever played?
Chris Nestor. Chris was my manager all the way up along from under 14 up to under 21. He was my manager at senior level as well, or a coach. I had Anthony Marr was a manager for 1 year, I think maybe under 16 or under 15. But other than that, it was Chris the whole way up along.
Can you tell us a bit more about your teammates?
Teammates. Well, I was on the same team the whole way up along, and probably majority of them played senior level with me as well. Still playing, maybe 6 or 7 of them as well, still playing with me. So it was good. On that first team that I ever played in, we had Chris Mahal, Jack Fennell was playing at the time. Jack went to GEA, Mark Brennan still playing with the first team, Alan Dunn, he was playing with the first team up until a few years ago. Colin was in goals. Colin Nestor, Chris's son, was a really good keeper. Lost him to the GEA as well later on. But the majority of them, they would all be still playing as well, or would have played with them at senior level or come up the whole way through.
How long did your playing career last?
I'm still trying to play.
Still trying to play?
But sure, it's a good few years now, maybe 15 years. But maybe another one in me, that's it.
Which teams do you play for with Portlaoise AFC?
I'm on the first team now, so yeah, that's all I have in me. I've played every age group up along, and under 21, League of Ireland, and then into senior level then. So.
What will your best memories be of playing for Portlaoise AFC?
Probably, definitely that season we had at youths. I think when we got to the National Cup quarter-finals, we had an unbelievable team. We won the league, we won the cup, we got beat in the quarter-final of the National Cup by Wembley Rovers down in Limerick. We got beat 3-0 in the day, but that was definitely the best team I'd say I ever played in. And then we carried that through into the League of Ireland under 21s the year after. And that first game here against Ballinasloe was probably my best memory playing with Portlaoise, I'd say. We were 2-0 up after about 15 minutes, cruising. Then we went back to 2-2, went 3-2 down before half time, and then we scored in the last minute to equalise. So it was a really good start, exciting. It was a serious crowd down there, great crowd. It was brilliant for the town. And then probably last year winning the cup was really good as well, you know.
So yeah,
closer.
Do you have any funny stories? Just while you've been with Portlaoise, just either playing or watching, or even managing like younger lads.
There's a lot of stories now. Probably the funniest thing I've ever seen happened last night actually in a game. Oisin Fitzpatrick, he's a bit of a character. He's a young lad, like he's come into the squad and he was on the bench and he got the ball went out of play over the far side and the managers turned around to him, just gave him a shout at him, Oisin, and like obviously they were telling him they wanted him to go and get the ball, but Oisin thought he was being brought on as a sub. I never seen a lad to take off his tracksuit was quick, and everyone just burst out laughing at him. It was brilliant. It was a very funny moment, and it was just the way it happened. It was that was a very good moment, but back further I can't remember, to be honest now.
What is your training regime when playing for Portlaoise?
We train. We play on Friday night, so it changes. We train Mondays, Wednesdays. If we're playing on Sunday, we'll train on Friday. Usually get an hour and a half. Like, you know, it depends on the weather as well. Like the weather doesn't help. It'd be down here in the grass. It's really good. You can get a good session down the Astro. It's not the same, but we've had to use the leisure centre. You know, last year with the Astro's been developed here, but it's good. It's all football based now. Like it used to be a lot different when you were younger, and that might be a bit more running, but now it's all football based and it's good, like, you know.
What would be the other roles you've had other than a player?
I was in the academy for a few years, 2 or 3 years, coaching, and helped out with a few different teams up along with Sylvia's team, maybe just not full time, but if she needed a hand out. And this year I've done 1 or 2 sessions with Junior 13s with Pat Horn and Andy Dorn, so that's all really. You won't have the time to commit fully when you're still playing to coaching, but just helped out wherever you can, doing a bit of coaching.
What is your favourite memory of Portlaoise AFC when you're like not watching?
When I was not watching.
Yeah.
When I was not playing.
I know.
When I was not playing. Yeah.
Sorry, when you were watching.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I remember a cup game here a few years ago. That I wasn't playing, and I think I could have been playing with Newbridge at the time, but it would have been with the first team, and the boys were being bet. Could have been 3 or 4-0, and they came back, and Junior Harden got a goal. Mark Brennan got a goal all in the last 20 minutes, and went to extra time, I think. And Eamon O'Connell, I don't know if you know him, but he would have played with the first team for years and years, and he was a centre back, and he was in extra time, and he got an absolute screamer from about 50 yards and stuck in the top corner, and they won the game. It was brilliant. It was a really good moment. It was a good crowd down there. It was probably a Sunday afternoon or that, but that sticks out now from not playing. Probably it, yeah. It was a really good day.
Are any of your other family members involved with Portlaoise, and in what kind of capacity they're like playing or training?
No, not at the minute. My older brother played for maybe a season when we were younger, and my younger brother played senior level with us for a while, and he played underage and that as well. they'd be more GEA, so they didn't really commit to it fully, but they played a bit when they were younger, but not anymore now.
How has Portlaoise AFC changed since back in 2001, maybe expansion wise and different players and
The academy's been unbelievable. The formation of the academy I think it's really transformed the whole club, and that's only like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. With Sylvia, and I was lucky enough to be involved at the very start as well. So I think that's been a huge plus, and the way the youngsters have been coached now to develop instead of just to win, and it's all about being a good player and player development. I think that's so important, and that's the main thing, playing wise anyway. And at senior level now it's a lot more professional, the way it's run with Jordan and Greg, and then the women's team as well. The last few years they've been unbelievable. So I think all them things have been huge positives.
brilliant. How important is Portlaoise AFC to you?
Sure, here nearly every day of the week, so the majority of it for the last few years, the last 10-15 years, so it's a big part of your life, That's what it means a lot to everyone that's involved or that has a commitment to sport or commitment to soccer, so yeah, it'd be a huge part, yeah.
What does Portlaoise AFC mean to you?
Well, sure, it's really important, it's your home club, always. I've flirted with a few different clubs. I've been to a few different clubs, around. Played in Newbridge for maybe 4 years. I was at Home Farm for a season as well. At senior level, it's not the same. You always want to play with your friends. You want to play at home. So very important. Yeah.
Very much. Where do you see Portlaoise in 10 years' time?
10 years' time. Hopefully in 10 years' time, I'd love to see one of the younger teams maybe winning a national cup competition or an SFI cup. It needs to be. I think it needs to be more on a national stage now. The club it's developed well. Need to get onto a national stage so that people are talking about us all around the country, And then obviously the facilities. Hopefully, the new Astro out there is good, but maybe I don't know.
But yeah, I was talking to Chris. He wants an indoor something, an indoor pitch or something.
Oh yeah, sure, that'd be unbelievable. The club are good as well. They've always strived to develop when they can. It's not easy, and they've done it well over the last few years. So hopefully, along the lines we might develop anyway. You can never get too big.
Where would you like to see the club going from here?
Yeah, just developing. I think developing more. The clubhouse has been renovated inside a good bit, and it's cleaned up, and it's big, but maybe it could be bigger. Maybe it could be expanded. Maybe there's something that we don't have that we could get, but it all costs money, doesn't it?
Yeah, and trying to get funding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that'd probably be the main thing I think that I'd like to see anyway. But it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd love to see the first team get into the FAI Cup. I think that's again, to emulate, and I think it's so close, because we were 20 minutes away from it this year. To get to the FAI Cup proper is huge. And there's only one team here that's done it before, and that'd be an amazing thing. And with that, then we might get to Intermediate Cup final or get a good run at it. We missed out on the Junior Cup last year, and a team from our league won it. That we bet comfortably at home here, so they're the kind of things you want to be doing. Seeing, like I was saying before, you want national recognition for the club.
Yeah. The club is working towards all teams of all age levels wearing the same shirts. What's your thoughts on that? That's
brilliant. It's the only way to go. It has to be done. It's the first team had the jerseys first, and I think they push for it. To get everyone wearing the same kits. It's the best way to be. It's professional.
Yeah.
It looks good. The kids will see the first team wearing the jerseys. They want to wear them. It's the only way to go. I don't see any other way. No problem.
What do you think Portlaoise AFC means to the town?
it's a huge part of the town. Like especially in this area of the town, the people from all around the estates, like they have this place to come to and play football, and they're never turned away. You know, there's places for everyone to play now. For the kids, like it's so important, and I don't think there's no other schoolway set up in the town. It's huge for the town. Like there's a lot of clubs senior level in the town, and they're needed too. Like you need them. But Portlaoise has to be the number one always. Like, you know, it has to be in the schoolboys and schoolgirls and the academy. It's brilliant. Like, and it's just all positive from anyone you talked about the academy, and it's really important for Portlaoise. Like, you need it.